The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. When Jordan Baker had finished telling all this, we had left the plaza for half an hour and were driving in a Victoria through Central Park. The sun had gone down behind the tall apartments of the movie stars in the West 50s, and the clear voices of children already gathered like crickets on the grass rose through the hot twilight. I am the sheik of Araby. Your love belongs to me. All nights when you are asleep, into your tent I'll creep. It was a strange coincidence, I said, but it wasn't coincidence at all. Why not? Gatsby bought the house so that Daisy would be just across the bay. Then it had not been merely the stars to which he had aspired on that June night. He came alive to me, delivered suddenly from the womb of his uh, purposeless splendor. He wants to know, continued Jordan, if you invite Daisy to your house some afternoon and then let him come over. The modesty of the demand shook me. He had waited 5 years and bought a mansion where he dispensed starlight to casual moths. So that he could come over some afternoon to a stranger's garden. Did I did I have to know all this before he could ask such a little thing? He's afraid. He's waited so long. He thought you might be offended. You see, he's regular tough. He's regular tough underneath it. He's regular tough underneath it all. Something worried me. Why didn't he ask you to arrange a meeting? He wants her to see the house. See his house, she explained. And your house is right next door. Oh, I think he half expected her to wander into one of his parties some night, went on Jordan, but she never said but she never did. Then he began asking people casually if they knew her, and I was the first one he found. It it was that night. It was that night he sent me. It was that night he sent for me at his dance, and you should have heard the elaborate way he worked up to it. Of course, I immediately suggested a luncheon in New York, and I thought he'd go mad. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything out of the way. He kept saying, "I want to see her right next door." When I said you were a particular friend to Tom's, he started to abandon the whole idea. He doesn't know very much about Tom, though he says he's read a Chicago paper for years just on chance to catching a glimpse of Daisy's name. It was dark now, and as we dipped under a little bridge, I put my arm around Jordan's golden shoulder and drew her toward me and asked her to dinner. Suddenly, I wasn't thinking of Daisy and Gatsby anymore, but of this clean, hard, limited person who dealt in universal skepticism, and who leaned back jauntily just within the circle of my arm. A phrase began to beat in my ears with a sort of heady excitement. There are only the pursued, the pursuing, the busy and tired. And Daisy ought to have something in her life, murmured Jordan to me. Does she want to see Gatsby? She's not to know about it. Gatsby doesn't want her to know. You're just supposed to invite her to tea. We pass a barrier. We pass a barrier of dark trees, and then the facade of 59th Street, a block of delicate pale light, beamed down into the park. Unlike Gatsby and Tom Shannon, I had no girl whose disembodied face floated along the dark cornices. Dark cornices and blinding signs, and so I drew up the girl beside me, tightening my arms. Her wang, scornful mouth smiled, and so I drew her up again closer, this time to my face. Okay.